artificial intelligence trends in supply chain management. Well, joining us today to speak about that, Dave Evans, CEO of Fictiv. Dave, it's great to see you once again. Welcome.
Russell, thanks for having me again.
Dave, I think it's fair to say that if any area is showing, a tremendous amount of evolution, something going on just about every day, it's got to be AI, it's got to be artificial intelligence. Let's talk about how you see that changing traditional supply chain workflows. What's going on? What's the promise?
I think being a supply chain leader is probably the hardest job in any corporation across the world today. I think that what we're seeing is a tremendous amount of pressure to expand margins. You're seeing operating expenses and budgets go down. And so supply chain leaders are left with do more with less. And so I think in this environment, everyone's looking for a way to optimize workflows, ways to drive efficiencies in the business. And I think what AI can give these leaders is yet another tool to automate aspects of their workflow to really help drive productivity in their supply chain solutions.
You clearly see an avenue for AI making a tremendous contribution in supply chain. The question is, do you see supply chain leaders out there thinking the way you are? Do they see the promise?
Yeah, I think it's incredibly challenging with all the noise and buzz that's out there with AI. I think AI is a catch-all term. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a supply chain leader, it's saying, what is it that you want to automate? And when I say automate, I think about human in the loop with assistance from AI, not lights out, we're going to remove the human from this problem. So whether that's in logistics, in sourcing, vendor management, these are all areas that I think supply chain leaders can double click and say, can AI help me better manage my global supply chain or my vendors, let's say.
Okay, so that's very, very important because that gets to the practical. Those are areas that you feel a contribution, and a major one, can be made by this evolving world of artificial intelligence.
I think the best use case today where AI can help supply chain leaders as this assistant to do work. It can automate emails, it can automate paperwork, it can look at long forms and extract information. It's about taking a task that takes you 10 minutes and can you do it in 1 minute? That's the advantage. It's not about completely removing that task. I don't think we're there yet, but I think that getting a 10x improvement in productivity, all supply chain leaders would take that all day.
Okay, so if anything is quintessentially global, it's going to be supply chain. And so the deal is, what's the contribution there? What's the role of AI there? And particularly in a world where disruption seems to be the order of the day. What do you say?
I think classically we are not in a if something's going to happen, it's a when something's going to happen in supply chain. And so as you look at your global reach of the system you're running, how are you building different scenarios? How are you looking at, do I shift work out of India? Do I move it to Mexico? Am I nearshoring to the US? What's my exposure in China? These are all questions on supply chain leaders' minds. Again, technology, productivity, workflow, these are ways that the latest advancements in AI can really help supply chain leaders.
All right, Dave, you and I are chatting at a conference, and I'm a VP of logistics, I'm a VP of supply chain. I recognize that AI is extraordinarily important and it's going to make all kind of difference in my company, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell me?
Yeah, I think that AI is this catch-all term. I would focus on what's called LLMs, large language models. This is what ChatGPT, probably the biggest one from OpenAI is. I would look at how can large language models help accelerate or drive productivity in your organization. And I would pick specific tasks or workflows that you want to run pilots on these. Start small, see the productivity gains, and expand from there.
Very, very good and practical advice. Let's talk about Fictiv itself. I know that you've got an AI-powered manufacturing platform that perhaps you want to talk about. Right. I'd like to hear about it. I'm sure the viewer would as well. So walk us through that. What's it called? What's it all about? What is it going to do for my company?
Yeah, so Fictiv, our job is to simplify sourcing for custom manufactured parts. We focus on, think about it as plastics and metals in your supply chain. We do this globally. We're 10 years in business. We've raised over $200 million, and we have people in India, China, Mexico, and the US. We're really a global organization. We've been putting AI in our technology since 2013. This is in our DNA and our blood. So we would love to work with companies, if you're that VP of supply chain, to say, how can we help simplify your sourcing, de-risk maybe some of your global exposure, and leverage the best-in-class technology to help streamline these workflows. If that's interesting to you, I think you're in a great place to work with Fictiv on this. Even today, we are announcing and launching our materials.ai. This is a tool that allows those supply chain leaders to look at different types of materials they can use as alternatives where maybe they have gaps in their supply today or they're dealing with some quality issues. So this is a brand new product we're launching. It's all built on ChatGPT, OpenAI's product, and it's leveraging our data from 30 million parts that we've produced over those 10 years. So I think tools like this are ways to drive productivity for supply chain leaders, and we'd love to partner with them on it.
You asked if I was interested. The answer is yes, and I suspect the viewer is as well. Dave, I know you're busy here at the conference, but you found time to talk to us about this important area. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the time today.
Dave Evans, Fictiv, speaking with us today about AI, trends that are going on there that are going to benefit your supply chain. Thanks for watching.